Hello, moms, parents, carers, friends, and welcome to Every Mom's Hub. My name is Jabaki, and thanks so very much for passing by today. If this is the first time that you are joining us, I say a big welcome to you. And don't forget to subscribe if you like what we are providing you. And if you've already been with us for a while now, then I say that we really appreciate you and keep being with us even as we continue in this motherhood journey. We know that childcare and safeguarding children is a really huge issue in our world today, or wherever you may find yourself on the face of this globe, and more especially here in the Western world, where if you bring up a child and there is any kind of harm to the child, you stand the chance of having the child taken away from you, or being fined, or even in prison. Back home in Africa, or whichever other maybe country you might be coming from to the UK, things are quite, flexible, if I should put it that way, where you can even leave your child at home. Look, I have some food here, take care of yourself, I'm going out, I'll be back. And you just leave the child at home, you go, you come back, and nobody questions you or whatsoever. But things are quite different here in the UK, where although there is no law regarding the particular age that a child must get to, that you can leave him or her at home, but then you know that you must not leave the child unattended to if you're gonna stay out for a long period of time. And so in regards to this, we are going to look at some childcare options over here in the UK, see what works best for us as a family, and look at what would, fit in our schedules, so that we would be able to maintain our family life balance, and we would be able to go about our businesses and engagements as parents without worrying about our children being at risk of, we're going to look at the various child care options in the UK. So stay right here with me as we explore all of those options. First of all, when it comes to childcare, as a carer or as a parent, you may decide that one of you, say a husband and a wife, one of you can decide to work at night if your work permits that, while the other would work during the day, so that the child can have all-round care. I remember that before I came here to the UK, that option was a no-no for me. It was something that I felt very uncomfortable with, and still it's not something that I'm so much into. But then you realize that when you get here, there are certain things that you may have to adjust to or get used to, so that you'll be able to have that kind of balance in your home or in your family. But of course, you have to make sure that you still create time to come together as a family, and it wouldn't be like always you're running shifts, this partner is out of home, is at work, and then the other person is also home. Shifts kind of parenting. It's I would say that it's not the most ideal, of parenting. But then you should find time to come together. You should find time to do things together, so that it wouldn't be the shift system all the time. So this is one option of child care that you can also look into, if it sits well with you as a family, and if it fits also your schedules. Childminder is an individual who registers to take care of children in his or her own home, and depending on which nation you find yourself in, every nation have their own body that oversees the work of the childminder. For instance, if you are in Wales or England, Northern Ireland, or Scotland, you have your own organization over there that oversees the work of the childminder. And the childminders are quite flexible, So depending on your schedule as a carer or a parent, you may decide to use them for just a number of hours per day. Some of them can decide to work even on weekends or even evening times. So just speak with them and see the kind of services that they offer and see if that works best for you and your family. The childminders may take your children to school or even pick them up from school, depending on what they offer. Once again, some of them may also take the kids to after school club or breakfast club and pick them up when they close from school and take them to their home and keep them till you as a parent you close from work and then pick your child up school. Some of them may provide lunch or some snack for the kids. So just ask them what their schedule is or what they provide for the kids. Childminders are self-employed, so you wouldn't have to pay their national insurance contributions for them or even their pension or their income tax. That's the good thing about that compared to other providers. Another option that you can look at is the au pair. And the au pairs are individuals who usually come from other European countries to the UK to learn the English language or even the culture of the UK. And usually we don't see them as employees, but rather as members of the family. So they are treated as such. And because of this, you don't pay them salary, but rather you give them pocket money, which shouldn't be less than £90 a week. And in view of the fact that they are not employees, they need time to, go off, learn the English language, go around, visit places and learn the culture of the UK. So they can't work for more than 30 hours, about 30 hours a week, because they need time to, go about other things that is of interest to them. Some of their duties include light housework, taking care of the kids for some couple of hours, or in the evening time they can babysit the kid while you go out. And since they don't have any experience in childcare, it's usually advised that you let them look after children of preschool or school going age. You don't get to pay their national insurance or any tax for them, or you don't even make any contributions towards their pensions because you are not paying them. You're not required to give them the minimum national wage, so you don't have to pay all of those things. And with au pairs, you would provide accommodation for them. You need to give them a room of their own, and also you provide food for them. Since they are members of the family, they are seen as part of the family, they need to have all of these things in place so that they can, enjoy their stay in the UK. So this is one option that you can look at. Nannies look after your children in the comfort of your own home. That's the good thing about nannies. They come to your home and take care of your child over there. They can come in daily, or they can be live-in nannies or part-time nannies. So it's very important that you as a carer or a mom or a parent make sure that you are comfortable with the nanny who is coming over, and also that your child or children are comfortable with him or her. And again, with nannies, you as a carer or a parent employs the nanny. You are seen as the employer of the nanny. So this means that you would pay their national insurance contribution. You would also contribute towards their pension and also pay their income tax. And if you have a car and you would want them to use your car also, that means that you would have to pay for the insurance company to put them into your insurance, your car insurance scheme, so that they'll be able to drive that. And again, with the nannies, they are quite on the high side, quite pricey. So in view of this, there is something that we call the nanny share, where you can share a nanny with another family. Let's say you have a friend or a family who also has a child, and they also need a childminder. You can decide to share a nanny with them. So with this, you would split the cost of the nanny fee, and the two families would pay that amount. That will bring it down a bit. So that's also one thing that is worth considering if you want to go in for a nanny. And with the nannies, they provide care for the child. They can bath the child, feed the child, cook for the child, clean the child's room, and take the child out to play groups or to the park. So it depends on what you want as a parent. So speak to the nanny and then work it out with them so that you know what they are willing to provide. And in view of this, they would know also how to charge you depending on what you would want them to do. Nannies are not required to be registered, but some of them can decide to voluntarily register with some organizations depending on the nations you are in. So you can look into that and make sure that if they are not registered, you get them from a reputable nanny agents. You need to make sure that they are, the right person for you. You need to check their references and maybe criminal background. So this means that the agents that you are sourcing them from must be a reputable one that can give you the right information that you need from them. We also have day nurseries, and these are childcare settings that provide both care and education to children, and most of them to give the child the right kind of activities that would help them in their developmental stages. With this day nurseries, you can have some of them running throughout the whole year, so there will be no need to maybe provide alternative childcare should any member of staff be ill, because it's almost like a school, so you always have someone taking care of the kids. And some of them may provide part-time schedules, full-time schedules, so depending on what you want as a parent or what will work best for you, you can decide on that. They usually operate during the weekdays from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. It depends on the nation and it depends on the day nursery that you are using. So just check with them and see what works best for you. And the nurseries are also registered by the appropriate organization. Depending on the nation that you live in, you would have an organization overseeing the activities, just to make sure that they are providing the right activities that will help the child to reach their developmental milestones. We also have the out of school clubs, and these are breakfast clubs or after school club and holiday clubs. And basically what these are is that they actually provide childcare for parents outside the normal school hours. So usually the school hours are between the hours of 9 and 3 p.m. So before 9 a.m., you can decide to let your child go to a breakfast club where breakfast may be provided. It's also known as the before school club. And then also you can let your child, depending on your schedule, attend an after school club. If let's say you work from 8 to 5 p.m. and certainly you would need your child to have some form of care from between 3 p.m. when they close school to that 5 p.m. So you can decide to use an after school club to cater for your child's needs during that time. And some of them may provide lunch or snacks for the child. Just speak with them and see what they do or how they go about their club activities. And most of them provide fun activities for the child. It may be going out to parks, it may be art, it may be some drawings, maybe going to the museum. It depends. There are a lot of activities that these out of school clubs engage in. Just speak with them and see what they have for your kids. And then we also have the holiday clubs, which run during the school holidays. So if you need any form of care during those times, you can go in for the holiday clubs. And these are usually also not too expensive compared to the other child care providers. So you can look into that if it's available in your area. You can use family members or friends if that is something that is available, to you. You can decide to let a grandparent look after your child for you for a couple of hours. For those of us who are coming from other countries, who are immigrants, we know that usually you may not have your parents over here, or you may not have the grandparents over here to look after the child. So what you can do is that you can also let your parents from wherever you're coming from come in for a couple of months to look after your child. Depending on the community that you live in, you can have a couple of friends coming together and providing the care for your child. So one family can decide, depending on their schedule, can decide to take care of your child maybe for this number of hours on this day, and then the next time also another family can decide to also take care of the child. So it depends. Just look at what works best for you in your community, and then see how you can let that fit your schedule. These are some of the childcare options that you can explore and look into and see which best fits your schedule as a parent and also your budget. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy this content. Have a great day. Bye.